Welcome, welcome to another edition of Sudoku Invariants, where I teach you how to solve Sudoku invariants the easy way. Argyle rules require us to put the numbers 1 through 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 grid without repeats. In addition, the numbers 1 through 9 is placed without repeats in every diagonal line. But not all the numbers 1 through 9 will go in those lines. If we were to count how long the longest lines were, we would find that only 8 numbers fit. This is an easy Argyle just so we can get our feet wet. I will approach this Sudoku variant the same way I do any Sudoku. First, I'll look for the spots where only one number could logically be placed. Looking at the upper right 3 by 3 grid, I see that it is missing only 2 numbers. I also notice that the row 1 is only missing 2 numbers. Those numbers are the 5 and 7. Looking at column 4, I see a 7. This means that I can put the 7 in column 2 and the 5 in column 4. The far right 3 by 3 grid is missing the 6 and 8. I will look at column 7 and see the 6. I cannot put a 6 in the same column as another 6, so I put the 6 in column 9 instead. I put the 8 in column 7, row 3. Row 2 needs a 2 and an 8. I see an 8 in the first 3 by 3 grid. This means I cannot put an 8 in column 1. The 2 goes in column 1 and the 8 goes in column 4. Let's look at a diagonal. The one starting in column 2 and ending in column 9, row 8. 7, 5, 1, 8, 4. I need a lot of numbers here. I'm missing the 2, 3, 6, and 9, but only 3 of those numbers actually go in this line. Now looking at the middle upper 3 by 3 grid, I notice that I already have a 3, 6, and 9. This line is missing only a 2, 3, 6, and 9. This means that we must put a 2 here in column 4, row 3. Recap. I cannot put a 3, 6, or a 9 in the same 3 by 3 grid that a 3, 6, and a 9 already exist. Thus, I must put the only other missing number here, the 2. This leaves us with only the 3, 6, and 9 to place. Looking at column 7, I find a 3 and a 6, but do not see a 9. This means I can put a 9 here. This leaves us with the 3 or the 6 going in column 8. I see a 6, so I will put the 3 here. Looking at column 8, looking at column 7, I only need one number, the 5. Now column 8 is missing the 1 and 2. Obviously, because the middle far right 3 by 3 grid is only missing one number, the 2, I can put it in. No cross hatching needed. I put the 1 in row 9, column 8, and move on. Column 9 needs a 8 and 9. Row 7 and 9 were only missing one number, so I put the 9 in row 7 and the 8 in row 9. Row 9 only needs the 2, so I put that in. The far left 3 by 3 grid only needs the 9, so I put that in. That leaves the 1 and 2 for row 8. Using cross hatching, I look at column 4 and see the 2. I cannot put another 2 in the same column as a 2. Thus, I put the 1 here and the 2 here. Row 5 needs a 1 and a 5. Do you see the 1? I can't type, but anyway. And I cannot put a 1 with a 1, so I must put the 5 here. And then put the 1 in column 2. Row 3. Row 3, the first 3 by 3 grid on top needs a 1 and a 9. We just put in a 1 in column 2. Thus, we know the 9 must go here. And the 1 here. That leaves us the 4 and 7 in row 3. Looking at column 6, I see a 7. I put the 7 in column 5 and the 4 in column 6. Okay, column 5 is only missing one number. The 4. Now looking at the far left middle 3 by 3 grid, I know I need a 2. But look at where the other 2's are. This means that I can only put a 2 in row 3, column 3. Now all I need to do is place the 7, the last missing number, in column 3, and then place a 4 and 9 in row 4. See, 4 goes first, and then the 9 in column 4. And now we need to place the 5 in the only spot left. And then place the 6. And now we are done. But let's look at this again. Notice that every diagonal line does not have any repeating numbers. Also notice that the numbers 1 through 9 are not all placed in any one diagonal line. The line from row 9, column 2 up to row 2, column 9 is missing the 1. The diagonal line from row 8, column 1 up to row 1, column 8 is missing the 8. Also, the other diagonal line from column 1, row 2, down to row 9, column 8 is also missing the 8. No, it is not true that if this diagonal line is missing missing number x, that this line over here will also be missing number x. Not true, so don't just assume that you know what number will be missing in that diagonal line. Now we are done with our first Argyle Sudoku variant. An easy one. Thank you for solving this one with me. Please like, subscribe, and share. I hugely appreciate it. Thanks again and have a wonderful day. Bye.